face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey, yo.
Yo, I feel low. Look at that.
Yeah,
Like-
I just tall, that's all.
So, let's see, where am I going? There we
So
go.
put his heels on. There we go.
Yeah, let's go. Boom. There we go.
What's going
Woo!
on? Saw Ashley
isn't
saying we're late. I'm like, man, we are on time for us.
I know. We're just in the green room partying.
Yeah, we were watching some videos back.
So, yeah. So, I was gonna say, you know what we forgot to do? Hit record.
Probably a lot. There's been a lot that I've been forgetting to do. So,
I forgot to hit record on this.
can you still do it?
No, I don't think so. Recording. Nope. Way to go, Tony. Nope. What a jerk.
Oh well.
What a jerk. Green room, he says.
Sorry.
What's up, Axial 32, Call to Crawl, Travis RC's, Jeff Brown, Al Castro, Dirt Burger, Call to Crawl is already in there. I saw. Well, let me scroll up. I saw Racing, Case, Dave Walter, Jeep Guy, RC Jeep Guy, Ken Calhoun, Ashley, Needle Juice, No Control, Pete B. Who else is in here? Mir Deef. There you go. Roll call right off the bat.
Nice. Well, we got some stuff to talk about this week. Redcat's been just killing it.
Yeah, they have.
They're just
Yeah.
like, hey, we got them. We did all of our planning in like a month for the whole year, and they all got finished at the same time, and here they are.
So are they? I haven't been to their website. The Ascent seemed to be orderable. Is the Machete or whatever it's called orderable right now?
Which Ascent? The new one?
Oh, not the 18. The whatever.
Yeah, those have been. You can get them in stores already.
Okay.
They had them last week. Jeff had them last Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it sounds like.
People
Your
don't
mic.
learn them things.
I'm picking up the mic off your computer, not your mic.
Isn't that fantastic?
Come on. What a rookie.
There. Oh,
There we go. There we go.
that should be better.
Amateur hour over here.
Hey, George, what's up? Yeah, so the Ascent is out, and then I saw on Scale News that they have FureTech has a setup for it.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Like, super clever to stick in a receiver that matches the one that's already, like, because that's always the headache, man. Is
right.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, but then you got to get this and that. It's like, so they're like, here,
you-
just do all of this. We've taken care of the hard work for you.
I know. See, that's the thing. It's like the rollers are nice. Buying a cheaper roller is nice because then you don't have to deal with the electronic because you're just going to swap it out. You know what I mean? So it's like if Axial did a roller, whoo, watch out. That would be crazy. They're just like, here's all the
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just
you need.
axles is what.
Yeah, right.
That's what I got on mine still. Because I do the FureTech ease of use.
The whole
where it's
tranny.
the whole transmission. I mean, it's in like 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
I've got
yeah.
that car down now to a science where I could boom, drop 4 screws, pull that out, drive shafts off, new one in.
Yep.
Let's
yep.
roll.
Go for it.
But yeah. So that's
They're big dogs.
There's
pretty
lots
dope.
of stuff happening right now, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, because partly just me being away, partly whatever, it's felt kind of like slow. Like, I haven't been super excited about a lot since the motorcycle,
Right.
which was June.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that was announced.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like big.
Well,
I say that there's the caveat of the VRD that came out,
and the mini LMT.
but
you were pretty jacked.
the
about
mini L, yeah, that's true. I did really like that. That was not too.
Yeah.
So I guess they've been equally paced. But since that, like that was
That was
the
right before
last thing I've
Christmas,
really
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
and the VRD I'm really excited about, but I didn't even get to build it. Like Travis built it for me because I didn't buy I was talked into not getting the one that was like pretty much built for me.
Sure.
By Vanquish, like the way that I like.
Yeah.
And then I just go in and change things.
Yeah.
But Travis was awesome enough to build that for me. But yeah, we'll talk about I drove the Bug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I have a little snippet teaser of.
Ooh, I know. You tagged me on it. I was like, yeah, buddy.
It's fun. I'll say that. It's really fun. There's two things I noticed about it that I'll have to kind of find things around. The motor's surprisingly good. I didn't know what to know. Like it started and I was like, oh, it sounds like an Outrunner.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said when I started. I'm like, oh, there's that basically interference for all microphones within 100-mile radius.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what it never did that to me. I mean, I heard it, but
it's so like 10 times louder to the microphone than it is to your ears. Like,
oh, that's funny.
It's crazy how that frequency picks up.
Yeah. See, I like it. I like that sound, like
because you can hear what it's doing. That's what I hear people say. Like, I know how much power I'm giving it.
Well, and it just sounds neat because it seems like it's like spooling up to get over something, or like I don't know. I dig it. I dig it. But to your point, I think I do like the censored stuff more. It's pretty rad that it's
smooth, man. It was really smooth.
It's super smooth. Like if you got one of those, what are they? The AM32s or whatever, whatever the new ESC is that they're doing.
From Homes.
Yeah, that it would be quiet, or the Silent Assassin one or whatever.
Yeah,
they would be quiet and it would still be super smooth. I mean, I like how much throttle control I had on that motor.
Mm-hmm. For 2700, yeah. I mean, I'm a 2S, so maybe that's right.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
what?
I'm gonna
Come on.
Big. That's what I had charged that would fit the plug. I mean, who runs T connectors still?
Well, not this guy. Solder Palooza this weekend. Yeah.
You switched them all?
I switched them all except for the 2S stuff.
Finally.
So the 2S stuff I'm still going to run.
We should have switched mine before you sent it out.
I know, I should have. I was like, eh. Well, okay, so I just got some new tips. And I had just got some new solder.
Is that track power?
No, this is a soldering station. I don't know. Some Chinesium one, I don't know. But anyways, it's
Silent Assassins.
But this so with the new solder and the new tips, I don't know why it changed up so much, but it was like instantly smooth soldering, perfect joints. Like I was like, I'm soldering everything tonight. And so I changed all my crawlers over to this, everything, all my batteries, all my monster trucks to this now. I'm not running the bigger ones. I like the smaller one, the XT60s or whatever these are. But I put
Solder Palooza.
Yep, I put that on. I put them on all of them. I have like a big stack of T connectors, Deans, that are all cracked out. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, so this is actually Axial 32. This is actually an in-runner motor. The Crawlmaster 2700 kV.
Stubby.
It's an in-runner. Yeah, stubby, but it sounds like...
I think it's 10 pole.
Oh, really?
I think that one's is it a 10 pole or 6 pole? I don't remember. But that's why it's so like smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a true 2700 kV then?
Because
usually if it was in turns, it would change what you'd expect speed.
I don't know. Holmes does so much like awesome voodoo to his motors. I love his motors. So I've only had a problem with one, and it was because I was
KV is still KV.
Yeah. There you go.
He's like, I'm gonna shut this down before you guys tell the internet wrong things.
I know.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah. So tell me more. So what?
All right.
You mentioned that you had.
I drove it.
Yeah, you mentioned that the wheelbase you thought was not. It's
I
still
set it
shorter.
right next to the VRD, dude. It's like 5 millimeters shorter.
No way.
Oh, totally, dude. Totally.
No way.
Totally totes.
Well, then your
Dude,
VRD
you
is short.
run. I know. I said it against. I took it into the shop last Thursday. I had to go
I
to
don't believe you.
something at my wife's work. This conference thing they had that they were putting on. But
I'm
I
gonna get the
stopped in
picket sign. This
and I
is
brought
useless
it
without
because
pictures.
I was gonna buy a receiver, stick it in, and just run it. Like I was ready to go. I ran out of time. So I didn't get to, but I had it there, and I was saying how you were saying as a short wheelbase, and you're like, doesn't look short to me. And then he's like, put it next to one of the other trucks. So I did. I'm like, well, let me put it next to that VRD over there. Next to everything, it looks straight up the same, dude. It looked like 13.3 or 12.3 or KVs
no way.
are different when it's 10 turns.
I thought it was shorter because I
Rotors.
thought the wheelbase on those Scorchers were like 9.75 on
It's
the
not
Scorcher
9.75
body.
at all. No way.
No, I know that's not the wheelbase, but I thought it was like in the 11s at least. Pretty sure
I
it's
bet
in the
it's not.
11s.
I bet it's not.
I bet you're wrong.
I will go get it in a minute after we talk more about it.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, so
I had a blast with it. It's super fun. It pushes really bad, like cornering.
Okay.
So you weren't sure if it had overdrive or not. I kind of held it up and looked. Doesn't seem like it did. If anything, it felt like it was pushing more from the rear, like it was rear overdriven. So or underdriven to the front or whatever. I don't know. It felt like it was getting more from the rear just because it just wanted to keep going straight.
Huh.
Like if it was overdriven to the front, it'd want to pull it,
Right.
So maybe it was either just running it might just be equal.
It might just be equal, yeah.
And then the tires are soft in the front, so they were just kind of collapsing and making it push. They weren't digging.
Okay.
So maybe if it had a different tread, I'm going to try that first to see.
Yeah, because I ran it with the crawlers on it most of the time, and the crawlers were awesome.
Yeah.
The crawlers were really good with that truck. Like I don't remember it pushing a whole lot. I remember it could use a little bit of weight down low, but I don't remember it pushing a ton. And normally on those element transmissions, you notice it a lot if it's overdriven because there's no gear ratio change in either front or rear axle. It's just at the transmission.
Right.
So you notice it a lot, like if it was flipped around.
Okay.
But I don't think
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably just zero.
How'd the suspension feel for you?
Suspension felt great.
Yeah, right.
So it did, right? Yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah.
That was the thing that I really liked. Like it just wanted to just twist over everything in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
You wanted
right?
to roll. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way that truck feels like a 24 scale, where it feels like it's
like it, right?
Yeah, and it's got spring on it too. It's not like it's like full droop. It's got spring to it, so it's like. Ugh. So Axial 32 says, how much is the steering angle, or how much steering angle is it pushing?
I don't know. I jacked it all the way up to 150 on my radio.
Woo!
So they were rubbing stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of steering.
I think I backed it down on one of the sides because it was starting to make the servo make noise. So I backed it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty aggressive, but it's not turning. It's just wanting to push through it. So I think overdrive would help that a little bit.
Yeah, I would try this. Try the tires. See if the tires bite differently.
Yeah, I just gotta be careful with the tires because I gotta find something that's not gonna just grab onto the body like crazy too. So that are small enough.
Do you have a set of 475? I ran 475 crawlers on it.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Well, with that much steering, it's usually when it's flexing, and then with a lot of steering, it's catching a little.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that because it'll stuff the wheel totally in there. Like,
it was.
Yeah,
you'll see it on the video, but only when it was extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing is it high centers pretty easily like that because it's such a belly dragger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that front end just hits and you can feel it like
Yeah.
It's almost axle high. So like
Right. Right. Yeah.
you use your tires to clear something, and then that thing just
Yeah. It's like,
slams.
well, and it's got the transmission has got a pitch to it too. If you look
Yeah.
close at it, it's forward and it's got a dive at it. So
Yeah.
it is kind of like the low CG, like that. I think maybe that's why I didn't take it on my hikes as much as I thought I was going to, because it
Yeah,
is
with your
like for,
rocks.
yeah, I mean, it is for like straight up crawling, like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like the hard line killer kind of crawling.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
so, and it's very, I like the
Having
way I
big
like,
single rocks that are like they're trying to conquer. They're
right.
small but big, really hang
Right.
it up. So,
Yep. Yep.
but yeah, no, I mean overall super fun. Just got to learn the lines. Everyone's doing
Jeff
what
Brown
vehicle.
says. Jeff Brown says use the
I've got a
Hustlers.
spare set of tires I can put on it. I've got these Hustlers sitting here.
You'll put the Hustlers on it, and you'll be like, "This is amazing."
Actually, I've got these landmines I could put on it.
Ooh, those are kind of wide though. Landmines are a little wide. Aren't they wider than the BFGs? I don't know.
That
I
wide.
should have sent you the crawlers. The crawlers are like perfect tires for it. I had
As
the crawlers
perfect
on
as
it.
the Hustlers are for your other vehicles.
Nah. Well, the thing is, I knew you like black wheels, so I sent you those spec
Oh, they're
wheels.
so good looking.
And those were the ones that they had the BFGs on it, and I was too lazy, so I didn't.
Oh no, yeah, I get it. There's a lot of
So.
screws.
Yeah. so
Yeah, but
what are we
overdrive-
talking about? We're talking about the Bug, the Bisho Sendero.
Yeah,
That's what I
I'll go
used to
get
call
it in a minute.
Yeah, you will.
But yeah, I mean, so other than those two things,
And it's always tuning for individual style driving
right?
too.
And just
Totally.
learning it, and I was
Yeah.
just only using it in my backyard stuff. And some of it's just gnarly rock that we just threw there, like concrete and bricks and
Sure.
stuff that we need to build into something, but it literally is just dumped there right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Throw your megalithics at it and try to comp with it. Did you turn up
No.
the drag brake?
it was pretty good already.
It's okay. It's just when I was, so you'll see I haven't posted the video yet. When you see the video of it crawling, or did I post it on Monday? I don't remember.
I didn't realize it was never slipping on anything I did yet. So
When you're going up good ascents and going slow, it's a little soft. Like it's a
Okay.
little soft, and I think it's nice to have just a.
but it
touch
eventually
more.
locks up though, right? It doesn't roll.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, on some of the ones where I was going really steep, it would want to roll back.
Oh, really?
But it was like, I mean, it would be a good, it's a good test for it. But so Al Castro says, get some swamp donkeys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Rock Beast 455s. That'd be good. The problem with the smaller tire, though, is that, to your point, it's a belly dragger. But you could also move the shock position up. So
Yeah,
the shock.
It flexes so good right now.
Yeah. Yep.
It really does feel like my 24 scale, which I run into some courses. I struggle because my belly drags and I get stuck.
Yeah.
Other
Yep.
ones it does amazing because it's set so low. So from week to week, it's like, not going to be a good week this week, or oh, I'm going to kill it on this,
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. So After says, I might go to Die Hard this summer. How much is there to do with crawlers? How difficult does it get? I'm trying to think if I have a video of it. It changes year to year. It's more of a scale course than it is like a hardline course. There are some areas that are kind of hardline stuff, but it's not crazy. And there's a lot of, it's kind of like you're going through roots and broken rock and stuff. It's not a lot of natural elements there, but it's still fun and entertaining. If you're going there to race, it's plenty of fun to get out there and go and crawl a little bit. So
Yep.
just get out there and try it.
Ken asks about J Concept megalithics at Reaction Class 2. They have two sizes. The smaller size should be okay for Class 2. The bigger size would be Class 3 and 4.
But no, they had a
two
big
different
size.
sizes. For 1.0, they do.
Oh, 1.0.
I think that's what he's talking about.
I thought you were talking about for the Bug.
No. Speaking of reaction in class 2, so that video I showed in here last time.
He said 475.
Oh,
Ken Calhoun.
so he's talking about.
Most class 2 is 475 tops, right?
Yeah,
Kind of around the world.
I think they're still allowed this time there.
Oh, is it because they're like a pin tire? Is that
No? They got banned because of size or for something from Sorka again. Like
what?
I just think they hate J concepts. I don't know. That was harsh to say. No, but they just keep banning their tires, and I thought that these ones were going to be okay. I guess because it's too aggressive, or I don't know.
It's probably
because
because
their rules, and it's the whole thing that I hate about this stuff. But
it's probably because it's like a pin tire, essentially. Like it's not a scale tire. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I would assume that's the only reason that's the only reason I could see. I don't know anything about it, but that's the only reason I could see.
I don't know what the reasoning is. There's a lot of other tires that are allowed that are crazy, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know. So I won't step in it for that. I already did, but I'll retract a little bit of the stepping in it. But
Jeff Brown has a good point. We'll talk about this. So he says it's not scale, but apparently the Hyrax is scale. That tire drives me crazy too. I had a
that's what I was going to say without saying the name. But if you guys are going to say the name, then
I'm just going to say it.
Here we go. We're saying it.
I
was trying to step it back, but if you want to step into it,
I like Proline tires, but I think the Hyrax is not a scale tire. Like it's just not. Like I used them before. I don't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't believe the hype.
The Hyraxes?
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty decent.
I don't think they're any more decent than some of the other tires.
They're decent on the minis too.
Well, I don't think they're any better than. I mean, I don't think there's an advantage, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Compared to other tires, like they're just.
There's other tires that are good. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're and Proline tires, other Proline tires that are good. I think, if not better. The fact that they don't look scale. If you're doing a scale event, I feel like you don't have to have a scale name. It doesn't have to say BFG on it, or it doesn't have to blah blah blah. But as long as it looks like a scale tire or something that you would actually see on a crawler, and there's arguments that people are like, well, crawlers are they cut tires for crawlers. Not in class 2. Class 2 are like every man's crawler. Like they're just buying store-bought. I mean, in real life, buying store-bought tires to make it work. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. So
AA Day went big time.
Huh?
He's saying he went big time.
Did he get the Redcat, or did he get the son of a digger?
My gosh. That would be going big time.
Yeah.
That thing's amazing. All right, so we talked about one of the videos. I just want to show it real quick. We talked about some of the, and I showed it in here because I was like, this is crazy that it's doing so well. Let me just get to it.
What are you talking about? The bug? What are we talking about?
Whoa. West Desert Wheeler got a real buggy. How cool is that?
Nice.
No, one of my videos on Instagram that was going is still going absolutely nuts for some reason. Cracks me up.
That's crazy.
It cracks me up. Let's go here. So this one, I think we talked about it last time, the Are You an Addict?
Yeah.
And it has 52,000 likes or whatever and 8 million views. It goes up 1 million every day right now. So I don't know if it's still at, it was at 7.9 yesterday.
Have you checked your followers?
Not much. Like it's gone up 500 or something from the video, or 400 or.
That's crazy, because I remember when I had
it used to really blow up followers.
Yeah,
when I got up to where I was, I had
a
stinking vacuum forming one or something. It's not pulling up the insights.
Yep.
I was trying. I'm not afraid to show it, but it doesn't want to show it. I'll see here what the number is now.
If your internet ever works.
8,500,000.
Wow.
1,048 now.
8.5. That's massive.
But it's just this little 8. It was just one of those like, I'm tired. I'm going to use one of their themes. And I just did it. And whatever. Didn't care too much about it.
Oh,
And
so
the
you
next day-
used one of their themes?
Yeah. That's where the words and all that came from.
Oh, wow.
And the song and everything about the something 24 on the whatever. Like, I'm like, oh, it works. 24 scale, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the next morning I got up and I made just a longer version one.
Uh-huh.
And it has 616 likes. But and these ones are a little longer so people can actually see them running, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is the week the guys from Wisconsin came in. I was just trying to get something up and tag them on it that they were here. And so I
Yeah.
did the other one just quick and then went to bed. And then it just started blowing up.
That's crazy.
So-
Jeff Brown said he has a video that's doing 2 mil on Facebook too. That's bananas.
I had another one recently that went crazy like that too. I don't remember what it was now, but I bet, it's this one. It's another one showing the table. And just dudes standing around a bunch of rocks on a table, and people are like, what the heck is this?
I like
Yeah.
rocks.
29,000. So this has got I don't know, I think it's like 4 million views or something on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them just go nuts for some odd reason. And especially if they have this table
Yeah.
shot with a bunch of guys standing around it. There's your bug. That's so for people asking, this is the one we were talking about earlier. And you can see it flexing. It's about as much as I want it to do. I wouldn't want more than that.
No.
I like a little tire lift here and there. So
It seems pretty predictable. That's the way I
Yeah.
would say it. Like if you're going slow and you get the suspension tied up, it seems predictable.
yeah. So belly hung a little bit there. I just did this line a couple times, just trying to get a photo. And then I'm like, I should do this for real. Like, I was doing it for the main video, so I have a video coming on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you disconnect the lights already? What a
no,
jerk.
they're plugged in. They're
Oh,
not
they're
bright, and not on 2S.
Oh yeah, not on 2S.
Yeah. So, and I couldn't get the aux to turn them on and off. And you can see with the servo going, they're actually like dimming. I'm like, yeah, here it is. I'm gonna have more light issues. Here we go.
2S.
Let's go.
2S.
Light
Who
issues.
crawls on 2S?
I almost always do, honestly. So that was it. That was all I had
Well,
to show.
mini crawlers. You really do 10 scale with
Yeah,
2S?
10th scale ones, trail trucks, yes. If I'm
What?
just out on trails,
Who are
Yeah.
you?
I do 3S in the VRD.
Dude, I'm 3S all day, every day.
Yeah,
3S. I can't do 2S. 2S is like, it's
I'm
soft.
not usually trying to go fast. I'm just going super slow and flexy. Like, just
Well,
letting it
yeah,
work.
but 3S you get
We don't
so
have
much
hills
more.
like you, dude.
I guess.
I'm not trying to climb anything crazy.
I guess.
There's no mountains.
Yeah. Speaking
So-
of which, my legs are getting so tired right now. I right before this, yes, Harley, 3S is a minimum. Thank you. Yeah,
That's how I feel about bashers. But
there's such a big difference. Yeah, voltage doesn't mean fast. It just means like you can control it smooth. You'll see when you put a 3S in the bug, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is night and day. It's like, yeah, it's so buttery on 3S, so buttery, all day. Just try it.
I have some small 3S. I didn't have any 3S that were Dean's connectors though.
Yeah, these little guys, these little 2200s.
Yeah.
Those are.
See, that's what
perfect.
I've got, but they're set to EC3
Mm,
or EC5.
why would you want to do that?
That's what all my stuff runs. It's all Horizon stuff.
Yeah, it's rookie.
And I got connectors down to XT60
Yeah.
for the hobby wings or whatever. But
That's so. I saw someone say something about voltage. Or drawing a lot of heat. I agree, but with the crawlers, I'm not really on throttle that hard, that deep, like for the XT60s to get too hot. if I threw it into the monster trucks and I'm bashing, they'll get hot. But if it's just running it like, you know, a 2-lap race or whatever it is, they don't get that hot. They don't get that hot for 3S. So, yep. What? Pilot Ryan says 2S. Yeah, nothing's going to break because you're, oh, dude.
Yeah, that's on the power. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, I was like, oh, I break my Redcats. I'm like, mine are great. But I run 2S, baby. Like,
yeah. So let me show. This is why I run 3S.
You got loose dirt on a pretty steep looking hill with a 20-inch wheelbase.
Yeah.
24-inch wheelbase.
It's not that big.
Oh, and you're running Hustlers, so you got no traction. So
those aren't Hustlers. Those are Baja Pro X's. Well, and if you look how high up I am on the hillside.
These the ones you told me to get for my SCX-10 that you're building?
Look how high up I am on this mountainside. I'm like vertical right now.
Now, are you angling your camera to take away from okay.
Not at all. Watch.
Because it doesn't look super steep.
You'll see. You'll see. Cage on the wrong side. Cage is on the right side. Look at the backfire.
It's because you dug yourself a hole. Okay, that's steep there.
Yeah, dude. It's like straight up. Like and I made it up. I was doing it for the gram, man. Throwing rocks for the gram. But watch,
Graham Dunn did already say he didn't make it and they left to the next video.
Oh, it's not going to be this long. I have stingers on both sides pimping all day. Holes being dug. Watch. And then I'll pop up. This is what was cool about this. It like jumped.
Is it 4 steer?
Oh, yeah.
You're not working the back end enough then, bro.
No, I'm just digging. I'm just having fun here. I'm just trying to get that.
Nice hop.
Yeah.
Nice hop.
That's what I was trying to do.
That's where you start the video right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, this is just a long cut. But yeah, look at it. Was just hopping all day. And I rolled back and popped right over it. It was just digging. But
the lights look good.
Thanks.
Said nobody ever.
Said nobody ever. I think this is where I just pop it up. Dude, it was so steep there. I was sketchy. I was like, I'm going to fall down the hill myself. Not even like, I wasn't worried about the car, really. How do I remove this? Remove. Yeah.
That's why the cage is on the wrong side. Because if it tumbles, it's on the right side.
Oh.
Because that is 3D printed.
100%. So I have a video from like when I was doing this one, I was commenting. I don't think I had been to that side of the hill for 3 or 4 years. And last time I had it, it was with the Redcat, that Walker response vehicle, the one that was all Walking Dead themed. Mm-hmm. And I was doing the same thing, and it was cavitating and bouncing. And then all of a sudden, it flipped over, and it's all on video. You hear it go, ta-dunk, 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 ta-dunk. Like, you just hear it, like...
building speed.
Oh, dude, it's just getting further and further and further away. And then all of a sudden it's...
avalanche.
Oh, dude, and then it stops, and I pan the camera, like, down, because I'm on this hillside. And I'm like, there it is. Like, nothing broke, but it was all exo-caged. So it's like... But I smoked a servo today, so I had to do the walk of shame driving it home. So what I did, that was
rear or front?
Front. But it was, so what it was is I was still running the RTR Sendero SE servo on that big heavy truck and beating the snot out of it. So I was like, let's see what happens. So what I ended up doing is I switched the channels on the RC8X, and I took
reverse.
I just did it. Well, I put it in, so I was only steering in the back wheels with the knob or with the wheel, and I drove it home that way.
So you just drove it backwards, but you reversed your throttle and everything.
No. I drove it forwards, and I just had rear steer only.
Oh,
but I swapped the channels, so I was still using the wheel to steer around. It was kind of fun.
So the knob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I have to figure out, so I'm using the front knob because it has detents on it, and I like it, but I got to figure out a better expo for it because it takes too many revolutions to get to the end point. Like too many, like
So it just spins freely.
yeah, it just and it just so I have to spin it like twice to get to the end point, and then I have to spin it back twice to get it. It's like driving a real old car, like
Yeah.
to get it back to zero.
I
So
use the back knob.
See,
It doesn't have a. Doesn't it beep though when you hit the 0?
not that I thought, maybe, but the thing about the one up here in the front is that it actually clicks. So like if you zero it out at perfect center, it clicks in there and you're not going to go anywhere with it. It doesn't, if you have a good servo, it's not going to drift. But yeah, it was, I was kind of bummed about that, but I got some good footage with it. I've got a cool video dropping tomorrow. It's a different
That's the
step.
intro you showed.
No, that's going next week. So I took some.
Pounds.
What
I just saw that comment. Sorry.
was the comment?
I guess he's talking about your car that
What?
it weighs 15 pounds, which is why you need 3S.
Oh, 100%. Who said that?
El Castro.
Oh yeah, no,
15
100%.
pounds.
Yeah, that. So I took my pack off because I had it strapped to my backpack. And I handed it to my wife. I was like, "Feel how heavy this pack is," because it's hot here, and it's not hot. It's 70 degrees here, which is like warm for right now. And so I filled up my whole water jug. I had the camera, a battery, the truck, the controller, all that in my backpack. And the truck is probably 12 pounds easy all day. And it's like, oh, it's so heavy. And I was like, feel how heavy this is. And she's like, why are you carrying it like that? Like, it's like rucking. It's kind of nice. I enjoy getting to the top of the mountain fast. So it was literally a mile straight. Like the video, you'll see how straight it is. It's like, brrr, it's like that walking all the way up. My legs are blowing up by the time I got up there. But tomorrow, I have a cool video dropping, a Weld Wednesday video.
Wednesday?
Yeah, so I used to do them.
Yeah.
And this one's a different format than I normally do because it's less editing. And it's just more like candid, this is what I'm doing. I talk a little bit about TIG setup, but it's more just like getting to it, doing a little welding, talking about what I did. The next I don't know if I'm going to do it next Wednesday or not because I have another couple of videos that I already have up in the cloud or whatever, but maybe the following Wednesday I'm going to do another one that's talking about MIG welding probably a little bit more in depth.
Okay.
But no, I think it's going to be a cool one. So
Trying to send a video over here to show of the crawler too, like you were doing. That was super cool. You're able to just upload it like that.
Huh?
The video you just showed, I said if you heard the beeping, I don't know if that came through. The dee.
Oh.
It sounded really loud here. Okay.
No.
I was sending a video.
Oh.
So when you drop this video, is it going to be something that I'm going to learn something from?
maybe it's a teaching type video.
Okay.
Sort of, but it's not. It's like Cliff Notes version. It's not like going super in depth. I think I'll do that later.
It's like fire hose.
It's not that bad, but I mean,
everything.
I mean, it just talks about like how I have my welder set up.
Weld Day. I like that.
Yeah, so it's like how I have my machine set up, what I'm welding with, what my gear is.
Okay.
And it's not talking about technique or anything like that.
Just what you use to get it done.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to talk about is technique. And it's hard because like my RC niche, not everyone's really going to like care about technique for proper welding. Mm-hmm. But like it does drive me crazy. It's like, I don't know how
it feels like you could make it so it's beyond that, where it's like for people wanting to learn a certain weld, and if you sold it as that and then say, hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do this type of weld in this video. I'm into RC cars, so I've got a project I'm working on right now. So as I show you how to do this, we'll be doing it on an RC car that I'm doing. That way people that are in the RC hobby might follow, but it might be anybody that's wanting to learn a welding trick. Because
like, see, the thing that drives me crazy about watching other people weld, is it's like when you see someone's form and you know that their form's just off. You know what I mean? And shout out to Harley. When your first videos would make me freak out all the time because your hand would hover when you were TIG welding, and it drove me absolutely up the wall. Like, but now you anchor your hand, which is good, and you hold it higher up on the torch, which is good. Like, so that's the thing. It's all about like where you hold it, the right way to get the angle of your tungsten when you're TIG welding. And the best thing is to figure a way. It's just like using a pommel when you're painting or when you're striping. A pommel is something to rest your arm against so your hand gets smoother.
Right.
Same thing when you're TIG welding or when you're doing any other kind of welding.
I wonder what happened. Like,
Yeah. It just makes life so much better. And the video that I want to do, the following one, is the one that's like, look, you're gonna suck. Here's what sucky welds look like, but you're still welding. Good job. Like, and here's how to get better. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I want to do when it comes to RC stuff. Cause I think that's what people freak out about, is that they're like, oh, I'm not good at it. And it's like, well, no one was
But
good
if you're
at it.
doing small stuff, you could even do it like learning to weld with this size metal or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you could almost sell it that way and then have your demonstration beyond that.
It's
I'm just
hard.
thinking, like, so when I look at like RC videos, whatever, even the big ones, okay, they get some decent views on some of the channels.
Sure.
But then not like with all the guitar stuff I've been doing recently, like
Yeah.
much bigger market.
Yeah.
Small channels get huge views
I know.
because people are just looking for, like, there's a bigger audience of people looking to learn that.
Yeah.
And so even though they're a small channel, what they're doing is very searchable for people in a practical way.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a thought.
Yeah.
That might make those do better is to not make it up. Hey, here's how to weld an RC, but here's how to weld
A fillet weld.
5
yeah. Or butt weld.
16th
Yeah.
inch, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fillet
Yeah.
weld.
Yeah.
And then it's just you happen to be doing it on an RC. So anyway, just a
Yeah.
thought if you did want to bring that back and not
Yeah.
feel like you're wasting your time because there's not enough RC people that want to learn it.
Yeah, that's the hard thing, is that it's this very niche.
Yeah.
I mean, RC is niche, and then you get down to RC fabrication, and it's niche.
But more people want to learn to weld,
Right.
and they might be looking to weld smaller things, and they're just destroying it when they do it. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Anyway, just a thought. That's how I would probably, even with the titles of some of these, like, I'm not even trying to be like RC whatever. Like, it's,
Yeah.
what was the last short I just uploaded? It's different when I do it here. I can be more descriptive on Facebook and bugging out. I did say RC style, but doesn't say what it is, like, or anything. Like, it's not being specific. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Those ones are always the tough ones, because those are the ones that I enjoy. And those are the ones I like teaching people how to do that kind of stuff. But they don't do great. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it's probably going to take 50 of those videos for one of them to like pop, but it's like, and I don't really care, like, because the people that do comment on those ones, it's fun to interact with and comment with, you know what I mean? Like, and just because I have a certain way of doing it doesn't mean it's funny, because I've been doing it for a long time. I'm I would say a seasoned custom fabricator when it comes to life. And so there's plenty of other ways to skin a cat. I totally get that. 9 other ways to be exact, or 8 other ways, however that saying is. But I just know that it's been I have a lot of experience. I've seen almost everything that could go wrong. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, but yeah.
What's up, Crawler Tracks? Cody Pringle. Some guys just jumped in. My breaker went out when I tried welding. Pretty sure my building wasn't wired properly. That's something to think about.
Yeah. What are you, is your welder plug into the 110 or 120, or does it plug into 220, 240? because if you're plugging into 110, 120, you got to make sure it's on a 20 amp circuit. If it's on a 10 or a 15, it'll pop, but a 20 amp will handle the little 110 welders. A self-learning to weld channel could gain traction, get into the algorithm with titles. Yeah, I have a hard time doing that, but you know, I enjoy it. I'm building the stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I've got both 110 and 220 at home for welding. Yeah, you're probably going to need at least a 40 amp for the 220 and 20 amp for the 110. Keep it simple to show welding.
All right.
Look, there's more.
Hey, it just went up. I didn't mean for it to just go up live.
There's that sound.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Of course I hear it.
Outrunner. A little chirp going on. So this is an in-runner. So it's playing the audio. I don't need it to do that. That's the kind of pushing it did with everything, even not on the rocks, like on the ground. We're just kind of wanted to keep going straight.
It's a Sidewinder 4 Harley.
He said sounds like a castle, yeah. But you can see a tire there collapsing too. So
yeah, those look too
I think
tired.
that's part of it. But like you said, the flex on it was really good on everything. It seemed to handle pretty good. But tire-wise,
yeah. You need something with a little wider lug.
Yep.
A little bit more overdrive, call to crawl says.
Yeah.
It pushes up pretty good right there on those rocks.
Yeah.
Your rocks are so smooth.
Yeah. And there's the chassis.
Yeah, you got like river rock going on there.
Yep. A lot of Michigan rock is like that. There's a lot. Those are a lot of stuff we find around Michigan is that kind of smooth stuff. But
those are the best lines right there where you can just slide right through that. Oh, it's so good.
But again, overall, and there just was pushing again.
Yeah.
Just not wanting to go in the direction that the tires are turning. So
yeah. Maybe the other thing you could do is stiffen up the rear. Like turn it, do a couple turns on each shock in the rear, just a little bit, and it'll plant the front a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll push the nose down just a bit more. Are you going to put an interior in it?
Nah.
I know. That's how I thought about it too. I was like, How did you feel like weight-wise compared to the VRD?
It's light. I thought it felt pretty light.
Yeah. That's why I thought putting a little bit of axle weight on
hangers,
yeah, would be like awesome. You're sliding over there. Oh, you need 3S. That would be all day. You'd be able to bump that on 3S all day. It'd be like popping right up on it. No problem.
But yeah, I think the tires would be a quick there. See, that's a good flex. Like the suspension feels like the right.
And the body seems level when the suspension flexes out like that, which is
it's not rolling or anything.
Truck. Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, take a little bit of tweaking things here and there, but I think overdrive. I think, like you said, adding a little bit of those. They make those hangers so you can just put on those axles.
Yep.
Just a couple things like that, and it'll.
I think it'll
be solid.
Try the different tires and foams up front first, and that would probably be. I mean, just throw a set on that you'd like and see what it does. And I bet
I've got those other ones with the. I mean, they're wider, but whatever. It'll at least give an idea.
Yeah.
The offset, or I just need to change those hexes out on it. That's an easy fix too on those other spec RCs I have. But
why do you have to change the hexes on them?
They just are offset.
Oh, too wide.
Yeah, it's too. I mean, which is fine for out here, just testing to see if
Sure.
it turns better and grips better. But
Yeah, it's nice. It's a pretty narrow axle track. It's not anything like
which I like.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not anything different. It's just a typical element axle, but they have the short offset hexes on it on this one. I think they're 0.25s.
Okay. And Jeff sells them. I know that. So
Yeah.
'cause I just bought a set for those carbon fiber wheels.
Well, you could take the center of those out and put them on your other spec wheels,
Oh, that's true.
and then that would just be.
Just trade them out. I like the black on this a lot, though. So I want to put them back on.
Oh, I
if
see.
I want to trade it, but
Yeah.
I think that's the only time I rolled it,
Yeah.
and I did not mess around on that stuff with it with the body.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, we're calling it. We're just gonna go grab it,
Yep. Yep.
try to find a line, and then
You need 3S, Tony.
I intentionally went easy on it. I don't love bumping it. I prefer not.
I know,
to do
but-
a lot of
but-
crazy bumping.
Try it with 3S and see how slow and the power it gets with 3S. It's awesome. It's
That's me
so
setting up a
awesome.
thumbnail, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Hold
think?
it, just not to screenshot it. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
That's
But
funny.
I just do it several times. I just run it back around. But all these rocks back on this side are new ones that we're just going to add to,
Yeah.
or put on indoor crawl boards or something.
I'm torn because this weekend was nice, so we were out on the deck looking down at our track and stuff. We don't really have a backyard. We have a racetrack and rocks in the back. But I was talking to my son. We haven't really given the backyard much love since like 2021. Like that whole time frame, the backyard was like pimp. Like it was so nice. And it was, clean and all that kind of stuff. We just really haven't really paid attention to it.
Well, a lot of people were staying home a lot more then too and playing.
Yeah, for sure. But now I'm wondering, like I was telling him, I was like, I think I want to like make it nice again. You know what I mean? And because we want to do the rally racing back there, like rally cross. And nice bump. Would have been better on 3S though.
I was saying it's got some in there. I just haven't been giving it to it because I just try to keep it a little more controlled.
Well, try it on 3S and see what that low speed control's like on 3S. It's a night and day difference. Night and day. And the other cool thing about this is I know people would be like, why are the electronics so high? You can actually flip that back deck upside down and get them lower. But I was using it when I was going on those hikes, and so I would do creek crossing with it. And so
keeping them out of the water.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I had it that way.
I need to watch the whole video. Now I don't have to make a video. It's all the footage.
There you go.
That I was going to cut together and narrate.
Yep.
It is narrated a little, but I had a mic on that I was recording it. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, no, we were talking about doing our backyard again, and I'm torn.
Put tusks. I should try tusks.
I want to try tusks, the 475 tusks.
I think I'll try 'em.
My friend Jameson has a set on his Ecto, and they look awesome. And I'm like,
They're so close looking to the megalithics.
what?
They look very.
They're like the
Oh wait,
boggers.
no.
They look like the boggers.
Yeah. I was thinking of the what's the other one that got banned?
Scorpios.
They have the tusks. They've got the megalithic. They've got the landmines.
Isn't it not the Scorpios?
No. Ruptures.
Yeah, he just said it. Ruptured.
Oh, okay, yeah, ruptures. Yep. I had to think for a minute there.
Yep. There you go.
They're all saying it, ruptures. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I want to try the Tusk. I like the Tusk. Out here, that's the kind of tire that works really well for us. It's something a little bit wider. The Baja Pro X works really good for us out here. I mean, in the video, when I do the video for that one, you'll see it digs, it bites really hard. It's just,
Yeah.
I was just digging to make
On
it
this one
bounce.
with
Yeah.
the other tires, okay.
Yeah. I was just digging to make it bounce, like just to, because I like it.
Yeah.
So the one thing I think I'm going to do though is I don't know if you caught the backfiring out of the side panel. It doesn't actually look that great in slow mo, but
Right, it's too slow. It doesn't give it the effect of the quick
right.
pop.
But on the normal video, it flashes really good. But the exhaust port that I 3D printed, it's not transparent or translucent, but the light's bleeding through it. So I might go through and paint it out black and then paint it out silver again to make it so just the light comes out of the exhaust port. And that'll probably make it look a little bit better, because there was a time where I was up on a rock and it was bouncing and doing that, and then the other side was reflecting off of the other rock, and it looked rad because I was like, whoa, looked like it was something was sparking underneath the truck.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, speaking of, my son and I got my old truck back on the road again.
Nice. What was wrong with it?
Blew up the driveline. Trying to do a smoke show. Don't tell my wife. That'll be our little secret YouTube.
Yep. We've had an expensive couple weeks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Car-wise?
Yeah, that and the septic.
That's
We've not had much luck with septic systems.
no.
I must just have like really dense turds or something.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's not fun to think about having issues with that stuff. But yeah.
No. I was just telling it. It's funny. I don't know why this is coming up again. So my grandfather owned a janitorial service. And when I was younger, he had a contract for what they called Metro out here. It wasn't Metro buses. It was the Metro sewage refining, like, transfer station or whatever they called it. And I remember it was so gross because I would go and help. And like, bro, like you're just, as soon as you get close, it's like, it just reeks. And it's like worse than Ron Burgundy, like burning the nostrils. I mean, it just seeps into your clothes. And then I remember we had to go across. The fastest way to get across the campus was to go across the catwalk, which was it's over the tanks. And I remember this, and I think about this to today, and I'm like, was it just that like hardcore, like cowboy back in the 80s? Or was it like, am I just remembering worse than it was? But I remember walking over on these catwalks. I mean, there was like walkways all over, but the tanks were underneath you. And it was just like sewage in the tanks. And I remember my grandma like gagging as we walked across the building to get to the other building. Like it was so gross. So gross. The smell.
That
I was
cowboy in the 80s. It was pretty cowboy.
Yeah, because I remember being young, like 10 years old in the late 80s.
Got away with a lot more.
Yeah, and I remember, so gross.
Thick skin, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that bad, like, but it's
Turds are
an
pretty
old
bad.
system, and it's just
So you're dealing with other
clogged
people's
up.
turds.
It's just clogged up. It's just been old. They say the problem is that we have water softeners, and that's really what the issue is. So
Is that like a stool softener?
we're getting it clean, getting it dug up and cleaned out. Basically, they're gonna jet it all out. And, yep, fun stuff. So that's expensive, really expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, probably what most people would think of putting a new field in is the cost, basically, because costs have gone up so much. And we already have, we have new tanks because I crushed those when we moved in, like within 2 days.
Oh no.
I crushed, with a tractor.
Oh no.
On the ground, yep. So have not had much luck with them. And then
they weren't that deep. Your tractor can't weigh that
but
much.
again, the salt from the water softener eats away at the cement.
And I was going to say your tractor can't be that heavy.
No, it shouldn't have gone through, but it was so old and water softener for so long just got brittle, thinned out. So yeah. So that happened. Then my wife's minivan needed new tie rod stuff loose. inner and outers, and
Yuck.
so that was fun. And then while we were dropping that minivan off, she said her Mini Cooper was, really hot, and the fans were working really hard and getting all this
No.
stuff. And I'm like, okay, well,
Head
let's
gasket?
no, I don't know. So usually it leaks coolant, like it
Yeah.
just does it.
My cousin
We've had it
one.
repaired and whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like it just still does it. And it's like you just add coolant. And I hadn't done that in a bit. So
Yeah.
I'm like, probably just needs coolant. So I went out. We stopped at the store because I put what was in her car into it, and I'm like, still needs more. And then we get home. I got 2 bottles now. I'm just thinking, it's been a while since I did this. So
Yeah.
like I did have the oil change, so they should have topped it off, but maybe they didn't. Like sometimes
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, we topped off all the fluids, but then
Yeah.
you're like,
See ya.
you didn't.
Looks good for my house.
Anyway, start pouring, and I'm like, man, it's taking a lot. She's like, yeah, it's because it's all going right to the ground.
Oh,
Like
no.
just hitting the ground below, so it was just running right through it.
Those are so hard to work on. I did my cousin's radiator and fan on his Mini Cooper, and we had to disassemble almost the whole front clip just to get it to. Oh, it was brutal.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. That's why I looked. And she's like, can you see what it is? I'm like, no, like it could be a hose, but guess what? You can't see anything.
No.
Like you'd have to lay down, but now we've got all that stuff on the ground. I ain't laying down.
Yeah, you literally have to take. I think we took off the front bumper. I thought we had to take the core support. Maybe not the core support, but I remember we had to do the whole bumper cover, and I thought we might have had to pull the fenders to get to it. It was whatever we did to it. I remember it was a lot of work, and I was just like, sucks.
Yeah.
Phased RC asks, "What's our favorite transmitters?" I know what mine is. Mini Pooper.
Mini Cooper.
That's what we used to call the Explorers. We called them the Exploders because they used to pop the tires all the time. What's your favorite transmitter?
I like my Rugged.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a fix now. Rugged has like a backlight, which I mean, after you have that color screen that you have now, backlight seems like big deal.
Yeah, woo.
Ooh, you got a backlight now. See in the dark.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Radio Link, hands down, 100% is the best. Sorry, Tony, that you gave it to me, but it is like the best.
Hey, but I got a bug out of it.
You did.
So there.
Yeah.
I saw Dirk came in earlier. He said something about it. That was nice of you to give that to me.
Oh, we traded.
We traded.
I think it was a lopsided trade. I'm gonna make it even when I send you your other build.
It's not lopsided.
I think it was lopsided.
Yours has sweat in it. Stuff to it. Build.
It's got nice components in it.
Yeah, it does have really good components. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a ready to run truck.
No.
It's got a reefs, old reefs now.
Yeah.
Original OG.
Yeah.
444.
Yeah.
And the Castle Sidewinder, Crawlmaster motor. Yeah, it's nice. Spec wheels.
The spec wheels, yeah. Those are nice.
I'd say it's pretty even.
I don't know. I don't think so. But I have an idea.
Dave?
I have an
Culver's
idea to
Page.
make it even. I saw the 6, but I've been thinking about the MT12.
Is that a radio?
MT12 is the Radio Master.
Oh, yeah.
That's
for people that like Android phones and stuff.
Yeah.
The code and do.
I gotta be honest. Like I can do that kind of stuff, and I thought it was intriguing me, but then I got into the Radio Link RC8X, and it is so solid. It is so good, and it does so much. Like I felt kind of bad though. I gotta be honest. So I got to get back to Racing Case 87's question in a second. But, okay, so here's the reason why I was apprehensive about getting a nice radio like that is because, like today, I'm out crawling, and I need to set it down on the ground while I'm setting up the camera or while I'm doing whatever.
No, it has a neck strap.
I know, but you can't put... It just swings
Then it
around.
dangles into stuff. And rocks.
Yeah. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but it's kind of like a camera, right? It's like it's a tool, right? And it's like, I don't know. I feel
the radio link binds super easy, right?
dude.
right?
It does
Like,
everything
I kept
super
looking
easy.
it up every time. Like, it can't be that easy. Just turn it on
Yeah.
and hit
Yeah.
bind. Like, what?
Yeah, and it's so easy to program. Like it makes sense. Like it's like I want like today, my front servo broke. I had a rear servo. I just said, "Hey, you know what? I want my steering wheel to control my rear servo now." And then I was like, it's going the wrong way." And I just reversed it really easily and I just drove it home that way. I mean, it's like so easy. So easy.
It's a really good radio.
So, okay, so
But I'm so invested in my Spectrums that it's like,
well, okay.
I mean, I've literally got like 50 receivers for that by now.
No, I
Like
get
the
it.
amount of money I've spent on Spectrum receivers over the past 8 years,
So
super cheap.
$30, less than $30 for these
two.
two. Yeah,
And how many channel? 5?
6.
6. Yeah, it's stupid.
And the radio is so smart you can program those 6 to do anything. The only thing it doesn't do, and I contacted them and asked them how to do it,
Make
was
me bacon for breakfast.
it doesn't make me breaking.
Okay.
But it doesn't do on off. It won't toggle. It's not a 2 position. They're all 3 position, which is like, so there's workarounds. But the fact that you can get them for, and they have the micro one, that's $16. The micro receiver.
Yeah,
That's for the
right in
minis.
the crawler
Yeah,
or steer. Yeah.
yeah, super awesome. The MT12 was cool, and I do like that it's open source. However, you can do
Ain't
some
got time for that.
no, but you could still do some crazy stuff. Like in the last live, I showed how I changed my screen. That was pretty cool. Like, and that's just like getting into it and programming and like changing some names of files and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Little Flapping Lips has one. It sounds like
which one?
he's got the RC4 Micro, so he's got one of the radios. It sounds like
The MT12, I think. It says up in the chat. Racing K says, back to your backfire lights. I'll send you guys a video of the turbo fire lights I did on the Ford Ice build. Sweet. What brand are they? So is that the brand Turbo Fire or no, it's just the turbo? These were my Trick RCs, which is pretty cool. The Crawler Space says they claim that they can run other brands. That's another big advantage of the MT12. The Radio Master MT12. I looked at that. I thought you had to attach that other like dongle piece to the front. I'm not 100% sure. Harley would know the answer to that. It just looked big if you were going to do it. Let's see what else are they saying.
yeah. So Blue Julie says I got a Spectrum Rugged. It has 5 less channels than a Fly Sky I have. Costs more and doesn't have as many features. For one, I think some have too many.
Yeah.
Channels and you can't remember where things are programmed and it just gets confusing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I have to say to that. The biggest issue I have with the Rugged is that they limit it to 20 models. Like, I think that's dumb. And I've said it and I'll continue to say it. Like,
yeah,
it would not cost you much more. They're trying to sell the Pro, but again, the Pro is marketed to the wrong. The Pro is the one that should have lock it down to 20 channels. Like, you're not selling the Pro because of how many it can hold. You're selling the Pro because of response time for racing and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, crawler people, most aren't going to want the Pro. Like, they're just not. Like,
and
they're
that's
going to want a one-handed drive. They're going to want to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely even with the little thumb grips that people can make for it, it's still stupid feeling to do it. Like it just, even the Traxxas ones, when you get like the Mark Santa Maria thumb thing, it's not as good as the Rugged. Like,
right.
It's awkward to drive. Your thumb hits other things like the knobs and other things on the radio. It's not a good experience. You can't reach all the way through the steering without like a weird regrip.
Right.
Like so the Rugged is like what I want to use, but it's like I have 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they're all full. All 3 of them are full.
That was a thing that I was concerned about with the RC8X was that it's a lot of transmitter for a crawler or for racing a monster truck.
Yeah, and I gave you that thumb thing too, and it's still not great.
And I feel good about it. I felt
Yeah.
good. I drove it with one hand today.
It hits that wheel, like it makes it hard if you want to force steer on that back wheel.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I did the front one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I was using it for force steer, so that's why I was like, not working for me, because now it's hitting my other hand. Like, yeah.
Well, so what's cool about it, if you're into racing, is that it's got a sub menu that just says race settings. And the race settings are like everything you need for racing, like expo, delay, all the ramps, all the curves, everything you could do with it. Like, it's really cool. I really, really like the interface. Mm-hmm. The interface,
it's super easy to use.
So easy, and it's so clean and so like
I hands on, I like that radio a lot.
Like, yeah.
The weighting on it feels weird, like balanced as far as with that battery, the lipo to me a little bit.
Yeah. I don't like how I put a spacer in there,
so it wouldn't move.
So it wouldn't move, but it still does every now and then, and it's like, But
I feel like if you put regular batteries in it, it'd be heavier and it'd probably weight balance it a little better if you did like 8 AA's or whatever it takes. But Blue Julie says he ran out of channels to run all this stuff on his Redcat hauler. So that's the thing. There are certain people that use like semi trucks and different things that want to have a bajillion channels. And you're going to want to fiddle with all the lights and the different things. And you're going to learn what does what.
Yeah.
But for me, like when I'm out crawling or bashing, like having too many for the few things, even like, so I'm using the DX6 right now because I'm out of channels on my rugged.
Yeah.
I just need to buy a rugged. I think if you buy, I think you can swap, since they're the same, basically the 6 series. I think I can swap the stuff over, like the mechanisms for the wheels from the rugged over to the 6C. I need to.
Doesn't the 6C drop a little bit more though with the wheel?
But I think you can take that off.
Oh, I see.
And then just attach.
I see.
The rugged stuff.
So before I ran that controller, the Radio Link, I ran the FlySky GT5 and love it. If I was to say, if someone was to ask me what was the best budget radio, I would hands down tell them to get the FlySky GT5. Super awesome radio.
Totally.
Super awesome radio. You can control a lot of stuff. The receivers are cheap. The MB4, I was looking at that next, but that one seemed a little too. The glass seemed a little too exposed compared to like the RC8X, where it's got like more of a bumper around the glass. So I don't know, but I love that one. That's the one that I don't mean to sound like if money was no option, because I know it's not like that, but I mean because I would have to change over so many receivers, and the Spectrum receivers are so expensive. That's the only thing that held me back from buying one of those, because I really like those. And I heard that those aren't great for racing. For my kind of racing, anyway. You're staring at it.
I am. I don't feel like that all comes off to match. I'd have to get the other one to see. But I don't think the 6 drops down. It's the Pro that drops down for
that's
sure.
Right. That's right, yeah.
But I think you can just get this wheel and mount it over.
See, I'd like to get one.
A huge difference for me on that. I would love that 6, because like people said they don't love the trackpad on the back. I've showed you. I get around this thing so fast, and I don't have the issues that a lot of people have with it. Once you learn it and get the feel, I mean, you can see how worn mine is. But the original ones were a lot junkier, and they did replace them with this new one. But what I like is I can just hold it, and it just it takes through instead of having to scroll the wheel.
So my son got given a DX5C, and now that we've got, and he has a handful of transmitters, so now that he's got that, I think that there's a possibility that he would get a rugged down the road. because I think the rugged will be just as good as the DX5C for the track stuff.
It's like the same radio in a different case.
Right. But for him, he's going to be out on the monster truck course, the dirt course. He's going to be out crawling. He's 9. You know what I mean? Like that was the reason why I didn't want to get the MB4 for him.
The bumpers are a bit of a pain on these because you hit something and then they pull out and they're like really hard to get them to go back in. With these little tabs. So actually what I've done with one of them, not this one apparently, is I immediately took it and I just peeled this all back and I just CA glued the whole thing.
Oh, there you go.
To keep them on.
Yeah.
But then I also had to grind off this because I had that bar. One of these down here. So I couldn't clamp my camera on.
Oh, yeah.
So that stinks because what they could have done, and it would have been a win-win.
Just put a hot shoe mount, or not a hot shoe, but
GoPro mount. A GoPro size.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you could just mount your GoPro right there, or adapters that work with the GoPro mount so you get it out and down. Would have been
money. Yeah.
They need to talk to me about these things. Like,
I know,
give them ideas. We have to jerry rig so many things in the video.
You know what they need to do? They need to put the GoPro hot shoe molded into the battery cover on these controllers that you could swap out.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of it's going to be copyright stuff, but if you can do it in a way that it's not like that is just 2 pins,
right?
It's not.
Okay, so speaking of lanyards,
works with GoPro, it just happens to.
Right. So speaking of lanyards, I got some from Boom Racing.
Yeah.
These are for my daughter. They're purple. So it's a lanyard system.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
So this one's super long, and it comes with an S clip on it.
For what?
For your controller.
Oh, okay.
So it comes with this little one. And you know what I did with the little one? I actually took the camera strap off of the SLR and put this little one on the camera strap. And it's like money because it's like it goes around your wrist. Like I don't like having a big camera strap, but this one, if you set it right, how do I set it? Is it jammed already? This one jammed? Oh no, it goes like this. So if you set it right, you could put it around your wrist and click it onto the camera.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a small, lightweight one, which is nice because when you're filming, when you're doing like a pan or something like that,
flexible too.
Oh yeah, it's like a string. But when you're panning and you have like a strap hanging down, it throws the balance off. And this is so small.
Like those rapid straps, like that they sell, like the camera ones that go on the bottom. Yeah.
Yep. And so it's a pretty cool thing. I think this is a little big. I mean, it's like 30 inches big, and that's a little big for my daughter, but it's pretty cool how adjustable it is. And this ain't breaking. Like this is that nylon paracord stuff. It's not breaking. So it's essentially meant for this to go around the handle of the radio.
Yep.
Right. And then this clicks on to the S clip. And then you can put that around your neck, or you can wear it like a sling, which is cool.
A lot like the Joe ropes.
Yeah. Yep. And I wanted to get a Joe ropes one for a long time, but this one seems pretty cool. So the one that they sent us 2, purple for my daughter, and I got a camo green color, like a olive drab color.
Nice.
Super cool. So
Spectrum still have a trade-in program. I don't know. Hey, see, I have a 3S battery.
Well, then run it.
I can use. Look at that. That's old school right there.
Yeah, it is.
Still flat.
Wow.
I really liked these batteries back in the day. The only reason I got away from them was the Smart Tech discharging. Because I've been good to this battery and discharging it and not letting it swell up. But I was swelling a lot of batteries because I was just charging them and leaving them charged. And that's not good.
Oh, dude, I swole one up so bad and I didn't even know about it. I was going through and soldering all of my trucks with the new XT60 controller or connectors, and Lazarus had a battery still plugged in from the last time I drove it.
Oh man!
And I opened it up and the battery was like, like it was so big. I was like, pulled it out.
Holy crap! Yeah, that's scary.
I threw it in my neighbor's garbage. I just kidding.
Don't do that. We don't condone that on this channel. It has not actually happened.
Yeah. I
I
wrapped
put
it
the
in.
wheel up on my Rugged and put it on the DX5C. So there you go. Can be done.
Nice.
Jason, talentless off road. I need to see if some people, or I'll just look for like a garbage Rugged. See if anybody's got a broken one.
Oh, there you go.
They want to send me the wheel off it.
There you go.
So it says, "Nice job, Harley." What is that? I missed something.
I scrolled up. Last thing he said.
NB4. Those are the noble ones with like the flippable ones. Yeah, I've been interested in those.
So
I'm just now seeing Dave's comment on it. It says 12 channels or 18 channels for the Pro.
Yeah, so that's the one I was looking at because the cost of that is actually pretty good.
And it has some good wheels too for 4-steer on it, knobs.
The MB, I don't know if the MB4 does.
Well, we're gonna look at it.
But it is still an awesome one. But the problem that I saw with it, like I said, was that the screen seemed a little too. It's not exposed, but it just seems like it's super nice. Like it looks like a nice race radio. Crawler says, yes, they do. In that tone.
Yeah, there's a nice, huge wheel on the back.
Okay, so I have another question for people.
Huge.
So these nice radios come with carrying cases, right? And
yeah,
trying to get mine out of my backpack right now. So here's the problem I have. Is that when I go hiking and I take my truck with me and say I have it on my backpack to get to the destination.
All right, I'm going to say you have it on your backpack to get you to the destination.
I'm not going to bring the full box bag and put that in my backpack with this in it. There's got to be a better way. Like a low profile better way. This thing's so sick.
Just print a cover that snaps over that, dude. 3D print one. And it just covers the screen.
Oh, I missed it.
You need to program that to stay on longer.
I don't know how to do that. But I agree.
So here's the but if you just did a cover that locked over it, see up in this top corner there? There's the little wheel right there.
Okay.
And there's these little wheels.
Those wheels or the buttons?
They're little wheels.
Oh, yeah, and it's got a battery bank on the bottom.
Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice. But see, here's the thing. When you're steering with one finger or one hand, and you got your thumb in this position,
yeah,
and your hand is back here where that knob needs to be to do 4-steer. I'm stuck. I can't turn to the right.
That's what I was saying was the issue with that.
So that's what's nice about having it up here is that I can steer and still turn it. Ooh, look at that. Ooh.
Yeah, but what I end up doing is driving, if I can, and my radio thumb on the back knob, and then I drive normal. I don't record that way, if that makes sense. I'm not recording with a camera usually when I'm doing the 4-steer.
Right. No, totally. Yeah.
So I just hold it normal and drive here, but then I use that back thumb to do the wheel. So you'd have to get rid of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then it's fantastic.
Yes.
Then you can use your thumb back here.
Yeah.
Not on that, but I tell you what, on the Avatar, or the one by Furetech, it's amazing one-handed 4-steer, or using your backhand to 4-steer your thumb on your grip.
Yeah. So okay, Harley.
Perfect spot.
So Harley says radio is a tool. Just chuck it in your backpack and roll.
Yep.
I've broken too many.
Same way.
I've broken too many triggers doing that.
Oh, it doesn't have a guard around it.
No. So that's the problem.
You put a lot of junk in your backpack. So take that strap that you have with the hook and clip it on the outside of your backpack.
I can
on the base.
I can strap it to the side of my backpack. I've done that before.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's what I do.
because what I do is I put it like this, and I have the hooks that go around.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So okay, so I'm gonna do a show and tell, and I don't normally. How do I say this?
Backpack with a side net.
Here's another option for how to carry a car with your backpack. It's $30 for the backpack. It's gold. It's the best backpack. Well, I have
The
another.
Hello Kitty version.
It is, actually. No, so the thing is, you got to look for the backpacks.
Black Market RC says, "Homeboy needs a holster."
Yeah, I know, right?
Drum roll.
So, okay, so the backpacks that have the strap for like your mat.
Your tent or mat. Your tent mat, yeah.
Yeah. Those are solid because what you do is you put your car here, you keep it long, and you strap your wheel in, right? So you have two wheels there. And then what I do, I'm stuck. My wire's stuck.
Carabiner to the top axle.
No, I don't carabiner because I use, so there's a company called Abadab where these are like bungee cords, but they're like, they're super hardcore. So I strap that through the axle or through the stinger, and it's solid. It doesn't go anywhere. And then, yes, I have the net on the side, but then these on the side is where I put the controller through this side, stick
Just
it,
clip it.
click, and slide it down.
So you've got a clip on there. It's perfect.
But when I go through, like, I'm not going in like normal trails, Tony. Like, I go deep. And so sometimes I don't want stuff getting caught on the side. So, yes, I said that. You can use that sound clip if you want. OGO backpacks. Yeah, so I have a hiking backpack that's solid. It's like that, and it has all the stuff on it. Like, please don't. Why you gotta
get my axial?
Why do you gotta do that on
here.
screen, man? Like, I think I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna take all these clips over the years. It's gonna be like one of those presidential things where they just show you like moisturizing. Yeah, it's weird.
I'm with Harley on the it's a hammer. I feel the same way about my camera gear. You've seen me with my camera gear.
Yeah, I feel the same way too, but it's one of those things where
It's my hammer for work. Like,
well, I've broken them before and gone out to site and being like, great, my trigger's broken. I can't do anything.
The trigger, I've never broken a trigger before, but
that's the only thing I've broken are triggers. But to your point, now that you got me thinking about it, I think because there's like just this little rectangle, I think I could 3D print something that just slides over the trigger and just like locks in.
Yep. Bingo.
Then you show Tony.
Yeah, that happened.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I don't have that. They're rugged. I'm
Uncrustable sunscreen.
The protector on this. Oh no, I don't.
I took
it looks like I do because it is. It's got a nice amount of scratching.
It's funny. I looked up the protectors for these because I use. So another hack, I use the Gorilla Glass things for your phone.
Oh, those crack all the time.
Well, they do.
Nothing, your phones, you get nothing for them anymore.
No,
they don't have value as resale on eBay like they used to.
Right.
It's not worth it. I just go naked with my screen, man.
So I don't because I'm in a much different environment than you are 90% of the time.
Hey,
in my shop. Like in my shop environment, it's bad. So I use the Gorilla Glass things, and yes, I break them all the time, but I haven't broken the screen.
And you wouldn't have even if it hit.
I don't know about that.
No, they wouldn't have. Dude, the glass on these is insane.
I don't believe you.
I've
seen too many broken ones.
Yeah, and they change it out for like $100. You're spending $20 a pop on those Gorilla Glasses. You take it to I Break, You Fix, and it's like $100 to get a new screen on. My mom just did it in Florida, or Alabama. She just went on a trip to Alabama. First thing she did, get out of the car to go see the beach. Phone falls out, hits the ground. Psh. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Everything's on there, and I'm like, take it about a mile and a half back up the road you just came down. There's an I Break You Fix store. Take her to them. They had her out on the road again in 45 minutes with a new screen on for $100.
I've never broken one, and the glass has been good for me. It cracked the glass.
You wouldn't have broken one. You would have been saying the same statement and not having spent $20 on Gorilla Glasses. I haven't used glass on mine in forever, and I'm the guy that gets out of my car and it slides out because I put it between my legs every time I drive in the truck, and then I get out and it's like down to the ground. And I am not using you've seen my case. It's just an Apple leather case, and it'll land face down, whatever.
You're crazy. I can't do that. I
never cracked a screen.
I don't believe like in the shop. Or I'm up in a bucket, or I'm on a ladder.
You have to hit it just right, in order to crack it, man. But yeah, whatever. You do you. That's why those businesses are in business still.
I know, right? All the phones use Gorilla Glass already, Harley says. David Ferris says, anyone know of a good light kit for the Axial CJ7? I thought it came with lights. If it doesn't, I would look up My Trick RC. They have really good light kits. With a disclaimer, I will tell you this. The light kits are rad, but it turns the underbody to a little bit of a rat's nest.
Oh, there's a lot of wires, and it all has to follow their pattern.
And they're long, and but they're super easy to use. There's a lot.
Unless you're good at management. I've seen people clean it up real good with tape stuff and But yeah.
You're one of those, Harley.
Yeah, same thing. It changes the feel of it. iPads, same thing. Big old iPads, and I take them for church. We use them for our music stuff. We don't do binders. Binders are old, and I just shove them bare, like nothing on the iPads, just bare iPads. Just stack them in with other stuff in there, like effects pedals, microphones, other just junk that could. Dude, the only one, and my wife's like, "Oh, I think you cracked one." I'm like, "Nope, somebody put one of those glass covers on it. That's the only one that's cracked." Is the one that has that thin piece of glass, and that's the one everyone keeps tapping on, trying to get it to do stuff, because the goo and whatever between it and the touch, what is actually reading the fingertip, it ain't worth it to me. So
someone said too expensive for the light kits. They are very expensive.
I'm trying to copy and paste that.
However, it is such a time saver, and they're so easy. I should have done a video on it. I'm going to talk about it in the video of the Jericho running with 4-steer and with the light kit. It was so easy to install, and they have them so they're pre-programmed. So one of the light kit's brains has one button on it, and you just toggle through the settings, and it'll be like drift car with backfire, crawler with reverse light, blah 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 blah. It just has all these different settings, super easy to do. I've handmade LED kits before, and it sucks. And these are you're getting what you pay for, 100%.
Now
that looks tiny.
Jacob's smaller. I think he's saying for just putting your radio.
Oh, the radio in, maybe,
on its own. Yeah, it looks like it fit your radio.
Yeah,
I kind of like this. It's got room for your phone and junk.
Tony's gonna go tactical bag style.
Oh, I could actually put that in it too.
Merce.
I did get a new pew pew.
Did you?
This week, yeah.
Nice.
P365.
Wow.
So people that know what that is know what that is.
I'm actually gonna take
If Harley's here, he probably knows what that is.
I'm actually gonna take a class. I got I think I got it for Christmas, like a gift card to the range, and I'm gonna go to take a class there so I can do. It's like the entry class that unlocks the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like I gotta go take the class, but I'm excited for that.
Yeah. They just released the Cali one. Yeah, I saw that. It's super expensive too. So I was on the Dunham site trying to see which ones they had in. I was torn between that and the Hellcat, which holds a little more, but I don't know. I like my SIGs.
So here in Washington, I think you can only have 7 now.
Yeah, so they gotta do a reduced mag somehow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's Harley's like, I hate California. I know we're not too far behind yet. We're not too far behind.
Yeah, as I'm getting it, the guy's like, yeah, man. And then we've got them that can hold like 15. Somebody makes like a 30 round one for it. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like,
yeah, it sticks out the bottom.
Around your arm or something. You gotta stick your arm through this sleeve of like.
It's connected to the ones that go across your chest.
Yeah.
Just pulls them out.
Well, I don't know. So I had I had another SIG. It was the We the People one that they had out. And then like the course that I went through, which is the funniest course, like to get your concealed.
Did you have bedazzled jeans too? The True Religion jeans?
No. But the guy, so first of all, the course here in Michigan, they're like, oh, we're going to make them do these courses, whatever. And they choose one that's the whole thing is about like home defense. I'm like,
yeah, that's how it is.
It's a good thing that you're concealing for home defense. It's fantastic. Fantastic course on the safeties of that. Yeah.
The one here they talked about,
waste of time.
It's all from the seated position at our range, where it's like home defense, where it's like you grab it off your bedside table or whatever. Versus
you learn all this in order to be able to conceal when it's like,
yeah. See, what I want to do is I want a 1911.
$1,200 to $1,600 street price. Holy crap! I'm gonna buy them here and take them and sell them there. That's probably really hard to do.
I would say, be careful about how you say that.
That'd be really hard to do.
No, see, I want to get a 1911 45. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam. That is my jam because I want something big like that when I'm out on the trail in the middle of nowhere. I was talking to the guy about it there, and he was like, you don't want something, because at first I was thinking about something 9, and he was like, that'll just piss off whatever you encounter on the trail. He's like, you need something that's gonna really stop something or give you a fighting chance. And I was like, I'll allow it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. P938. That was the We the People one. So it's another small.
Yeah, the 1911s, I like them because
the 1911s are big. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The ones I have, all my pistols are small size.
Yeah,
I don't have any standard. I have, like a subcompact Springfield.
Yeah.
XT subcompact, so it's kind of bulky, but it's still a small, short barrel. But it's still easier to control than these.
They make a 1911. What's it called? It's not the Officer, but it's a shorter 1911, and that's the one that I would like. But that's 1200, something like that. I mean, it's still in that range, and it's But RC Jeep guy says you're not going to want to pack it very far, dude. My pack's already heavy enough. Like when I'm hiking in, it's already heavy enough, and it's like. And especially if I have like not to be that guy, but if I'm hiking and I have that on me, I'm going to want the side holster kind of thing, because I'm not going to want to go into my backpack for it. Like, it's going to be right there. I mean, there's been times when I've been out there.
Even just for wildlife, like I would.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like 100, like we have bear, we have moose, elk, bobcat, mountain lion. Like we have all that stuff out where we're at, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've been out there and I've seen tracks or I've seen like droppings, and I'm like, you get that kind of like spidey sense when you're like, I'm close to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, the full size are nice, but again, that would be a home
Yeah.
one. But if I'm home, you want a shotgun anyway. So
yeah.
typically,
The bears get.
can smell.
It's true.
Oh gosh,
It's true.
I'm gonna come after you, Pablo.
That's why I hike alone. So Caroline was asking me about that today. He's like, man, what is it about you going up? Like, he's like, what is it that you like going on these like crazy vertical hikes and stuff? And I'm like, I'm not in shape or anything like that. But what I like about it is that it pushes me. Like I've been on hikes before where I'm like, I got nothing left in the tank. Like, and I'm so gassed out and I'm not even at the top yet. But I know that no one's coming to get me and I have to make it back down. And doing that is what I really like. And it's like, I love doing that. It's like, that's why I originally had a YouTube channel called Trail Amped. Not originally, but that's
Which
what
is
I
the
was.
sticker on the side of that buggy.
Yeah. Because I would go up there and it would be like, that's the other thing. Like you're hiking up there and then all of a sudden you go over a crest and you take a turn and you see like out here, it's like you see mountain and it's just like you see a cliff or you see like a body of water or something. It's just, it's like so exciting. And that's what I get amped up for when I'm out there. And then, and then like when I get back down, it's like super rewarding. Like that's another tip that I tell people when they go hiking, like a real hike, like keep junk food in your car. I know people are going to fight me on that and be like, well, that's where the bears will go.
Right.
But if you keep junk food like in your glove box or in your center console of your car, like a Gatorade or a Rockstar and a candy bar or something like that, when you get and flip flops, if you have some kind of slippers,
Make you want to get back to it. It's just
Bro.
thinking about it.
yeah, you get back and you take off your hiking shoes and you put on slippers or flip flops and have a candy bar and whatever you have down there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. It's so good. Like today, I called my wife when I was walking down the trail, like almost to the truck. And I was like, what do you want for dinner? I'm stopping. And KFC, baby. Like greasy bomb food KFC after doing a hike. Oh, it was good. It was good.
We speaking of chicken, I just had for the first time those Burger King wraps that they do.
Oh, yeah.
Like a fiery buffalo one.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Delicious.
Have you had them?
Yeah.
The wraps that they do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Super good.
They used to have them too a long time ago where it's
Oh,
just
really?
like one chicken tender in there or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fiery buffalo was really good.
Yep.
But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's something I finally got the permit in, and well, I'll
Nice.
tell you some stuff after hours
Yeah.
about why I wanted a new one. But
The post show.
Yeah.
The after party.
doesn't need to go because the reason isn't something I want to put out there for everybody. So
That's what we should do. We need to do a Patreon, after show Patreon.
yeah. There's not out there for the worlds to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's funny.
Um,
If I'm worried about big game, get a 460.
right. 10 millimeters pretty.
Yeah, you're lobbing cannonballs at that. That'll hurt your wrist. Oh, man.
Hanker T68. Yeah, so like Burger King was not a place to go in Virginia.
Yeah.
Everyone went to Wendy's and they went to like
Ooh, Wendy's is so good.
Chick-fil-A. Like those are the two. Like if you're gonna do fast food, it's like Wendy's or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Or like Jimmy John's. But
Oh, Jimmy John's.
they in fact they had a new Burger King by where we moved to. Did you I showed you where I used to live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the house. Over there in that nice little new shopping, they had a brand new one by Target. Didn't make it. It's like brand stink. Yeah, it's like 2 years.
Wow.
ago,
Fast
like
food
that.
not making it?
Yeah. And then they put in like some chicken place there. What was it called? Zaxby's. I'm like, that ain't gonna make it. Like Burger King didn't make it. Guess what? Zaxby's made it. Burger King did not. So
Yeah.
but up here, man, Burger King's everywhere. Like Wendy's is not. Hardee's is not. Yeah, Hardee's was the other thing in the South.
We don't
They
have Hardee's. We don't have that
Yeah.
out here.
Hardee's up here turned into Tim Hortons about 25 years ago.
You have Tim Hortons?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a Canada thing. We don't have
Yep.
Tim Hortons.
So I was shocked at how many Burger Kings are here in Michigan. I was like, dang.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting a Wendy's. I'm excited.
I'd have never stopped at one, but I kept with all the COVID stuff. After we moved to Michigan, I was just trying to find a spot. I'd gone down to the race in, where was it? Oh, at the Raminator shop. And I was coming back. I'm like, dude, I gotta eat. And like, I just tried to stop, and it's like, oh, hey, here's like a Wendy's, Subway, whatever. Nope,
Yeah.
the whole thing's closed. Like the whole, like it was a rest area type thing, closed down. The only thing there was a Burger King. I'm like, well, here we go.
Yep.
Don't
That
want
makes sense. Black Market says our Hardee's is Carl's Jr.
Yep,
Got
same
it.
thing.
Okay, that's what we've got. We got a couple. We have a couple Sonics in our state too.
Mm-hmm.
But Carl's.
Yeah, we had a lot of
Jr.'s.
Sonics over and rallies. There's
Oh,
Sonics and rallies in Virginia.
The
Don't really
food
have
at those
here.
places, man. Those they just.
I never went to one ever, except to get the Slurpee.
Yeah, well,
They
that's
had
what I
those,
mean.
like,
It's like
Slurpee things.
everything's like, hey, let's give you something fried that's beige and some more beige, and then let's put some like sugar over your beige, and then put some ranch on it and call it a sandwich. Oh wait, don't forget about the bacon and the cheese. Here you go.
Yeah.
Tell your arteries I said hello.
Hey, what's up, Hank?
Yeah. Oof.
Hank RC stopped in for a quick second. But yeah, anyway,
Thanks.
that jumped on the food real quick. But yeah, well, the only crawling I did this week, because I missed the comp, was with your crawler.
Nice. It's your crawler now.
Well, my crawler, but
I'm the captain now.
yeah, and it was super fun. So I'm gonna get the
Well, I hope it
have
gets
sitting
tuned
here.
in
The
for you.
K5 Blazer FMS sitting here. It's going out for another run. Not worry.
Nice.
But it also got really cold here. It snowed a few
Yeah.
days. Didn't
How-
stick, but it was just you didn't want to be out. Windy and cold, like
Yeah.
just
That's how it was a week and a half ago for us,
really
and then all of a
chills-
sudden it got warm.
chills your bones. I'm like, I don't feel like being out in this. So,
Yeah.
because I thought about taking out a basher, but then I was just like, I don't want to be out here. It's too cold.
Yeah.
But where I could crawl was kind of blocked by the buildings. Like there's
Mm,
garage, shed, house, kind of blocked that
yeah.
quite a bit. So, and then the forest of whatever. The not a TRX4 Blazer. Yes, David Ferris. It's that one. The other Blazer that's out there
Yeah.
with dig and things.
The Blazar.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah,
Good
we've
for
got
you, Ken.
for not eating fast food. I go through spurts like that every now and then. Pop. I stop drinking pop every now and then too, and it's good to stop drinking pop. But then I go on to like energy drinks. So coming up for me, we've got the season championship coming up in 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Not this weekend, but the following weekend is a season championship for turf or for carpet indoor. And my son's in first place by 13 points right now.
Wow.
And if I did the math right, all he has to do is get into the A main to clinch. He can finish last and still
Just
clinch.
has to make it nice.
Yeah, so, and he's pretty solid A main. He's been A main. He's never made
Just
B.
got to have a spare car or something, man.
I know. That's like,
Take two cars, because that'd be the only thing really is a breakdown.
I have every part for his car to get it back on the road.
Motors, everything.
Everything. Yeah, there's only one thing that I don't have, and
It's a little pillow ball.
no one has them. I keep on checking online every day.
I knew it was the pillow balls.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to like start. Actually, it's probably I should write that down. I need to start looking for something that is the same dimension or close to it, so I could at least get them on the road. But
You're doing the every night search. That's how I was with that guitar I showed. Was it last week I showed it?
yeah,
Or I just kept searching every night before I go to bed. Search for it.
yeah. Well, and actually, that's another thing. So there's a lot that's not available on the Associated website right now. A lot of stuff is like waiting to be restocked. And I'm torn because I just blew up that servo on this car, and I would really like to get matching servos. And I think I'm going to get the Reedy high power crawler servo because I think it's like slightly less powerful than the 777. I mean, no. At 8.4 volts, it's like 700 ounce-inches of torque. That's all I need. I mean, that's all I need. I don't need any more than that. So, nah.
Maybe a little.
I have a direct power 777 in the Lazarus, and that's nice, but I don't think I need this. Even though this truck looks really heavy, it's not as heavy as the Lazarus. The Lazarus is really heavy. I would think so. Okay, so there's Lazarus, Jericho, the Jeep that I have like slow rolling in the shop is going to be something about Simon's Fishing Company. And then I think I came up with an idea or a design that's going to be the build car that it's going to be the one that I keep on rebuilding and selling, but in different variations of it. And I think I'm going to call that my Genesis car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, and I think it's going to make people excited because it's going to be...
it's going to be you're ready to run?
Well, no, but I mean, it's going to be an FJ long cab or whatever they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a Jeep. Looks like the old Jeep Willys, the long, or like a Woody kind of. But I'm gonna exo cage the junk out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for Harley. Actually, I think I'm gonna paint it orange and make it so that it's gonna be the Genesis Harley edition.
This sounds very good.
Yeah, or
It needs to happen.
Yeah, orange with an orange exo cage on it, orange wheels, orange lights.
Just call it like a Chankwish.
But
make sure you spell it in a way that it doesn't feel like you're copying. Like you're like chain, CHAIN, and then do like squish or something.
Can't make exo cool. Cut me deep, Harley. It's okay. It's all right.
I liked it enough to send you one to make me.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Just saying. They look cool. That's okay.
We're going to run them this year at Badlands.
Yeah. I want to go to Badlands. Or not Badlands. I was thinking the other one, the Gauntlet.
West?
Gauntlet.
Oh, Gauntlet. I'll run it there too. That'd be a great place to run them.
Yeah. It'd be fun to fly out those other, like if I had a couple, the exo cages of mine to bring. We'll see.
No reason it can't happen.
Nope. Just planning. All right, we should wrap it. We've been at it for 2 hours today. I told my wife it was going to be a short one. I know it went fast.
I was feeling sick, and I was going to say we should do a short one, and then I started feeling great.
It's just the energy. It's the energy. What parts do you need for his car? Whose car are we talking about? Oh, my son's car. So he's running the Associated B7. The part that is not available yet is they are the pivot balls for the axle or the C hub. They're not C hubs. What are they called?
Knuckles, right?
They're called something else. Yeah, but yeah, for the knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're pivot balls for that.
C hubs. No.
Yeah.
Carrier hub, kind of.
Carrier or something. Yeah.
Carrier hub. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I can't find that part anywhere. Associated doesn't have it available yet. A-Main didn't have it available yet. None of our track even didn't have it. They didn't have any of them.
I'd find a better track.
Yeah. They have everything. Shout out to RC Northwest.
Yeah, you could try and save it
Extreme,
now. You already threw them under the bus for not having it.
So. They always hook us up. Extreme RC Northwest.
Like at least from my end of them.
Yeah, no, those are the one part that I can't find. So I have 2 weeks to find them. Hopefully they come out. If not, I'll find
You
something
can use
else
the other
out.
ones, right?
What do you mean?
Like, didn't you say you could use the old parts from the other car and
No,
get
not
rid
for
of
that
it?
part. Well,
Oh, I thought you
you
could do a different carrier.
I think you
That's it.
could, but it's a lot of work and it changes the geometry a lot.
Okay. Got to do new arms
So
and everything.
yeah, so I think it's best just to find a pivot ball that would just hold it in
Can you just
place.
shave them down? Yeah, I mean, you're gonna put a screw through it. Just shove it in there, put washers on both sides, and call it good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully their next president figures it out.
Wobbling.
Yeah, be like, hey, it's good. Just go.
Just send it.
Yeah. Is there no part number? Oh, okay. So hold on. Let me find the part number. Hold on. There is a part number for it. Hold
We're all
on.
gonna Google it and all find them. I know
Look,
it's gonna
he's
happen
looking
today.
at the manual. Where's my manual? Here it is. Hold on.
It looks like a
Oh.
pillow ball, Jacob.
No, it doesn't look like a pillow ball. It's different. It's a pivot ball. Pillow balls are different.
Oh, it's a
Pill-
pivot ball.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole time I've been thinking. Yeah, that would be a little bit more difficult to.
Okay, part number is it's a caster block. Caster block. Caster block pivot balls. 92442.
9-4.
92442. And they're weird because they're not like shock pivot balls, they're squattier. And it's funny, I just picked up my manual because there's a sticker sheet for winning number one, the last race. Are you finding them? I couldn't find them anywhere.
You know who probably has them? Oh, it's
Who?
not showing up. There was always that one hobby shop that said that they had them and they never did. And they take your money.
The Florida one or whatever. Yeah, I know. I bought a set of munitions from them once, and I was like, "Are these things ever shipping?"
I told you. Remember, I told you that.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't coming, dude.
Well, and did you see that Tower had a sale on the munitions like a week ago, and they were like $20 for the set, and I was like, "Oh, too bad I don't have that car anymore. I'd have bought them all." SMT10, baby, love those tires.
Oh, that ain't even showing up here now. Like, that would have been the first one I would have thought of.
92442 caster block pivot balls.
Yeah, those are not. You're not getting those.
Nope.
What were the other things? It was they were for the HD diff gears.
Oh, for the
The
axial.
SMT10
Yeah.
for the
AR60s.
60. Maybe they don't exist. They weren't even really an RC site. They were something else. They were like a motor sports shop of some kind. Why can't I think of the name? That's now I'm just dying to remember who the company was called.
Now I'm looking up Team Associated. I know it's not on their site.
Nitro Hobby sounds close, but it wasn't Nitro. Who was it?
Hold on. I think I still get their emails. Hold on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hold on. Because I just saw it the other day and I was like, I hate you guys. Hold on. Who is it? King Cobra.
No, it wasn't who I was.
Action Power Sports. That's who it is.
That was it. Action Power Sports.
Yep.
That's it.
Who was first to say that? Tanker
Tanker T68.
Yep.
He knew it.
Yep.
Active Power Sports. Be careful ordering from Active Power Sports RC cars. Yeah, that's it. I don't even see him anymore.
Yeah, this is crazy. I just typed in that number. Everywhere it says out of stock. I don't know if they've even released it yet. Like release that part.
Some power sports. Yep. Active power sports. Yeah, I don't think that's a lot of times what happens when it's like that, where it's just sold out everywhere. They just haven't even dropped.
I know people, and what's crazy is that I've talked to people that are just buying a whole kit for it. They're like, we're going to need the parts anyway. And they just bought a whole new kit just so they have that part for the races. I'm like, that's extreme. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all my stuff, poach all the all the pivot balls that look close,
Grind them down.
and just bring them in so I can just, if I have to.
Just something to fill the gap.
Yep.
Put a screw through it and hope it's not too sloppy.
Yeah. Well, and I have plenty of the caster blocks. I bought like 3 sets of the caster blocks. I got the caster blocks and the.
Ken says with race kits, I always buy 2.
So everyone told me that too, and I'm like, why?
Because it's way more expensive to buy parts. That's how they make money on kits, is parts. Like when you buy a replacement part, when they're $10,
Yeah,
and $15 and $30, like you add those up and you're at like twice the cost of a kit just to buy all the parts.
Yeah.
But you get extra things of like a chassis and things you might not need. But man, flip that thing, turn around and sell it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing that sucks right now is that I don't know if the kits are out of stock. I know some places have them, but Team Associated said they're not due back till end of May on the Team
Probably
Associated.
because they can't get those pivot balls. Make more kits.
Yeah. So end of May is what Team Associated is saying.
Yeah, it's $100 just for the shocks, right? For like the race shocks. So that alone.
Yep.
But yeah, active power sports, man.
Maybe if my daughter gets into it and stays into it, we'll get her the B7 and I'll buy 2 at that time when they come back in stock.
Yeah, then you'll have parts for both of them.
But by that time, they should have plenty of part support. Because like
cheaper though.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this thing.
Yep.
Mr. Parts number guy.
Maybe Schultz can get you something. Yeah, I have to reach out to him. I talk to Nick a lot and like Wally Builds and sometimes Geck. So we'll see. We'll see if they have something. But yeah, it's a real.
You're the only person I talk to.
It's a real need before this championship race. So we got the championship race, and then we've got an interstate race. That's the second half of the one that I went down to Portland for. So we got some trophy stuff coming up. Did you hit the end button yet?